Ever wonder if something's secretly watching us from the cosmos? For over a century, a strange enigma known as the Black Knight satellite has left scientists scratching their heads, astronauts raising eyebrows, and militaries scrambling for answers. Could this be an ancient UFO hovering above Earth? A forgotten relic of a lost civilization? Or maybe a hidden government cover-up too wild to admit? This mysterious object has sparked endless questions. And in the next 15 minutes, we're diving deep into the Black Knight satellite mystery to uncover the truth. Trust me, you won't want to blink and miss this. Picture this: a shadowy craft orbiting silently, holding secrets of the universe. Is it an alien probe spying on humanity or a space oddity we've yet to decode? Stick around as we unravel the clues behind this mind-blowing UFO legend that's baffled experts since the 1800s. Ready for the ride? Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on cosmic mysteries like this one. Whether you're obsessed with ancient alien crafts or just love a good space conspiracy, this Black Knight satellite expose is for you. Let's blast off into the unknown together. Who knows what space secrets we'll unearth next? Imagine this: it's 1899, and the legendary Nikola Tesla is tinkering away in his Colorado Springs lab when something wild happens. He picks up bizarre radio signals, pulsing, rhythmic, unlike anything he's ever heard. Tesla, the genius behind modern electricity, doesn't chalk it up to static. No, he's convinced these are messages from extraterrestrials, a cosmic hello from beyond the stars. Fast forward to 1954, and the Black Knight satellite mystery explodes onto the scene. American newspapers drop a bombshell. 1 or 2 artificial satellites are circling Earth, years before Sputnik 1. The first official satellite even blasts off. How's that possible? What's up there? This isn't just some dusty history lesson. It's the start of a UFO enigma that's haunted scientists, stargazers, and conspiracy buffs for decades. So, what exactly is the Black Knight satellite? Could it be an ancient alien probe, silently watching humanity evolve? Maybe it's a forgotten relic from a lost civilization, whispering secrets of the past through those eerie Nikola Tesla signals. Or is it all just a trick of the imagination, a space myth we've spun out of thin air? Buckle up, because we're about to dive headfirst into this cosmic rabbit hole. The Black Knight satellite has sparked endless debates. Is it proof of extraterrestrial life or a puzzle we've yet to crack? Picture a shadowy craft orbiting Earth, defying everything we know about space tech back then. When those 1954 reports hit, they weren't talking about some weather balloon gone rogue. They described objects in orbit before humans had the rockets to put them there. That's the kind of mystery that keeps you up at night, right? Was it sending signals, like the ones Tesla swore he heard, to communicate with us or report back to its alien makers? Or could it be ancient alien tech, parked above us for millennia, waiting for us to catch up? I'm hooked, and I bet you are too. Let's peel back the layers of this space oddity together and see what we uncover. But first, I need your help. Drop a comment below and tell me, do you think the Black Knight satellite is real? Or is it just a wild tale? Your thoughts could spark the next big clue. Stick around, because this UFO mystery is only getting weirder. And I've got plenty more to share about Tesla, secret orbits, and what's really lurking up there. Let's rewind the clock to 1899, where the Black Knight satellite saga kicks off with none other than Nikola Tesla, the electric wizard himself. Picture him in his Colorado Springs lab, surrounded by buzzing coils and crackling sparks, when suddenly, he tunes into something freaky, rhythmic, pulsing signals streaming in from outer space. These weren't random static bursts, no way. Tesla called them the language of the universe, convinced he'd tapped into a cosmic conversation. Maybe even alien chatter. Can you imagine? The guy who lit up the world with AC power now hearing whispers from the stars. Those Nikola Tesla signals weren't just a blip on his radar. They were the first breadcrumb in a trail leading straight to the Black Knight satellite mystery. And trust me, this rabbit hole only gets deeper. Fast forward a bit, and enter Guglielmo Marconi, the radio pioneer who brought us wireless communication. Guess what? He picks up the same eerie signals Tesla heard. Two geniuses, decades apart, both catching mysterious waves from the void. Coincidence? I don't think so. These weren't your everyday radio hums, they felt deliberate. Like someone or something, was trying to say hello. Then, in the 1920s, a Norwegian engineer named Jorgen Hals stumbles into the plot twist of the century. He's fiddling with his shortwave radio when he notices something bizarre: long-delayed echoes. Or LDEs for short. These are radio signals that bounce back to Earth, but not after a quick half-second like normal. Oh no, these echoes lag by up to 15 seconds. That's way too long to be some atmospheric hiccup. Science scratched its head, unable to pin it down. Was it a glitch, a natural quirk, or, stay with me here, a calling card from the Black Knight satellite? That shadowy UFO legend orbiting above us? Plenty of folks back then thought so, and honestly, it's hard to blame them. Those long-delayed echoes were like a cosmic Morse code, hinting at something big lurking in the sky. Now, let's rocket to 1954. When this UFO mystery hits fever pitch, picture the headlines screaming across America: mystery satellites found orbiting Earth. Major Donald Keogh, a Marine Corps vet turned UFO sleuth, drops a bombshell. He claims scientists at White Sands, New Mexico, have spotted not one, but two artificial satellites cruising at 400 and 600 miles up. Let that sink in for a sec. This is 3 years before Sputnik 1, the first human-made satellite, even leaves the launch pad. Humans didn't have the tech to fling anything that high yet, no rockets. No know-how. Nada. So what were these things? Alien craft beaming down signals? Ancient relics from a forgotten age? Keogh, who wasn't some crackpot but a legit researcher, swore the US military was tracking these objects. And they weren't ours. The Black Knight satellite theory starts sounding less like sci-fi and more like a cover-up waiting to unravel. Think about it. Tesla's picking up strange Nikola Tesla signals in 1899. Marconi's echoing them years later. Hals is clocking those creepy long-delayed echoes in the 20s. And by 1954, we've got unexplained satellites defying everything we know about space travel. It's like the universe was dropping hints, and we were too busy to connect the dots. Could this be an alien probe, parked in orbit, watching us stumble through history? Maybe it's tied to those early radio waves, some kind of interstellar beacon we didn't have the tech to decode back then. Or what if it's older than we can fathom? A piece of ancient alien tech floating silently above us? The kicker? The Pentagon freaked out over Keogh's leak, which only fuels the fire. Why the panic if it's just a fluke? This Black Knight satellite puzzle has layers: science, mystery, maybe even a dash of conspiracy, and we're just getting started peeling them back. So, what do you think? Are these clues pointing to a real UFO mystery? Or are we chasing shadows in the stars? I'm hooked on this space oddity. And I bet you are too. Stick with me, because we've got more wild twists ahead: astronaut sightings, secret photos, and a 13.000-year-old riddle that might just blow your mind. Let's keep digging into this cosmic enigma together. Let's zoom into 1960, when the Black Knight satellite mystery takes a jaw-dropping turn. Picture this. The US Department of Defense steps up and admits, there's an unidentified, dark satellite, cruising through a near-polar orbit around Earth. This isn't some sci-fi flick, it's real. And it's wild. Back then, satellites were barely a thing. Sputnik had just kicked off the space race, so a mystery object floating up there was unheard of. But here's the kicker. This thing wasn't just drifting aimlessly. It was zipping along in a retrograde orbit, moving east to west, against the Earth's natural spin. Every human-made satellite at the time went the other way, west to east, syncing with our planet's rotation. So what was this rebel in the sky? An alien craft playing by its own rules? A glitch in the cosmos? The Black Knight satellite was starting to feel less like a theory and more like a puzzle screaming for answers. Enter Jacques Vallée, a rock star astronomer working out of Paris. This guy wasn't chasing UFOs for kicks. He was a serious scientist with a knack for spotting the unexplained. In 1960, he trains his telescope on this elusive, dark satellite, tracks it, and, get this, films it in action. Proof, right? A golden ticket to unraveling the Black Knight satellite mystery. Except, poof, it's gone. That footage, along with all his data, mysteriously vanishes, destroyed, confiscated, erased. Take your pick. Why? Who had the power to make that call? And what were they hiding? Was it too close to exposing an alien presence orbiting Earth? Or maybe it threatened to crack open a NASA cover-up no one was ready to face. Valley wasn't some tinfoil hat conspiracy nut. He's still out there. Writing books. Challenging the mainstream. That lost film haunts him. And honestly, it should haunt us too. What did he see that was so dangerous it had to disappear? Then, in 1963, the plot thickens with astronaut Gordon Cooper, a total legend in the space game. This guy's the real deal. A Mercury 9 pilot who'd flown longer in space than any American before him. During that mission, he's cruising above Earth when he spots something freaky, a glowing green object hovering ahead of his capsule. Not a star, not a meteor, but something solid, something there. Ground control picks it up too, tracking this UFO mystery on their screens. This wasn't just Cooper's word, it was confirmed. But here comes NASA with the quickest shutdown in history. Oh. Don't worry, it's just a hallucination. Too much CO2 in the cabin messed with his head. Wait, what? This is Gordon Cooper we're talking about. The man so cool he fell asleep during a rocket launch. The guy who manually landed his craft after a total systems failure like it was no big deal. You're telling me he got tricked by a gas leak into seeing a glowing alien craft? Come on, NASA, sell that story somewhere else. I'm not buying it, and I bet you're not either. Let's connect the dots. In 1960, we've got a dark satellite defying physics with its retrograde orbit. Caught on film by Valley until it's wiped from existence. 3 years later, Gordon Cooper's sighting adds fuel to the fire. Only for NASA to slap a cover-up label on it faster than you can say, Black Knight. What's the deal? Was this thing beaming signals? Watching us from above, maybe even tied to those weird radio echoes from decades past? Could it be an ancient alien craft parked in orbit? Or a secret project someone didn't want us to know about? The retrograde orbit alone screams, not from around here. No rocket back then could pull that off. And Cooper? His story's too solid to dismiss. This Black Knight satellite enigma keeps piling up questions. Why the secrecy? What's really up there? Stick around, because we're diving deeper into this cosmic cover-up. And trust me, the twists just keep coming. Let's jump to 1973, where the Black Knight satellite mystery takes a turn straight out of a sci-fi blockbuster. Enter Duncan Lunan, a Scottish researcher with a knack for decoding the unknown. He's poring over piles of old data, specifically those weird long-delayed echoes. Those radio signals that bounce back to Earth way too late to make sense. You know, the ones from the 1920s that had scientists scratching their heads? Well, Lunan doesn't just shrug and move on. He digs in, graphs it out, and, bam, uncovers something insane. A hidden message baked into the delays. Plot those echoes on a star map, and they point straight to Epsilon Boötes, a star system 103 light-years away from our little blue planet. This isn't random noise, it's a cosmic postcard. Lunan's jaw drops as he pieces it together. The Black Knight satellite might have been chilling in our orbit for 13.000 years. Beaming a signal that says, hey, we're from Epsilon Boötes, 6th planet in a system of 7. Orbiting the bigger of 2 suns. Can you even wrap your head around that? A hello from deep space. Etched in radio waves. But here's where it gets mind-blowing. Lunan doesn't stop at the map, he tweaks it. Factoring in something called axial precession. Picture the Earth wobbling like a top over thousands of years. Shifting how we see the stars. When he adjusts for that 13.000 year wobble. Every dot aligns perfectly with Epsilon Boötes. It's not just a guess, it's like the Black Knight satellite handed us a time-stamped selfie from the ancient past. Suddenly, this isn't some shiny new UFO mystery, it's an old-school enigma. Maybe older than human civilization itself. So, what's the deal? Is this thing an alien probe? Parked above us, quietly watching humanity fumble through history? Could it be a cosmic vault? Stashing DNA from our long-lost ancestors? Waiting for us to crack it open? Or, stay with me, maybe it's just space junk we've hyped into a legend. The possibilities are dizzying, and I'm hooked. Are you? Fast forward to 1998, and the Black Knight satellite saga gets a visual twist. The Space Shuttle Endeavour is up there, snapping pics during its STS-88 mission, when NASA releases shots of something. A strange, dark shape floating in orbit, looking way too solid to ignore. UFO fans lose it. Could this be the Black Knight caught on camera? NASA's quick with the buzzkill. Nah. It's just a thermal blanket that floated off during a spacewalk. A blanket? Really? I mean, sure, in some angles it's flat and shiny. But in others, it's got edges. Heft. Like an alien craft photobombed their mission. What do you think? Is NASA handing us the truth? Or is this another layer in a juicy space cover-up? Those long-delayed echoes from decades ago. That Epsilon Boötes map, they're screaming, something's up. And now we've got photos to wrestle with too. Let's break it down. In 1973, Lunin's cracking codes that tie the Black Knight satellite to a star system 103 light-years away, suggesting it's been here since the Stone Age. Then, 25 years later, we're staring at NASA pics that might show it in the flesh. Is this an alien probe sending us a galactic RSVP? Imagine it. A scout ship from Epsilon Boötes, checking in on Earth every few millennia. Or what if it's ancient alien tech? A relic from a civilization that knew we'd eventually look up. Maybe it's a DNA arc, safeguarding life's blueprint through ice ages and asteroids. Or, okay, maybe NASA's right, it's just a cosmic litterbug's lost blanket. But that 13.000-year timeline? Those perfectly aligned stars? That's not junk. That's a mystery begging to be solved. I'm leaning toward the wild side here. And I want to hear from you. Is the Black Knight satellite real? Or are we chasing stardust? Drop your take in the comments. I'm reading every one. This UFO mystery's got legs. And we're not done digging yet. Stick around, because the next twist might just flip everything we think we know. Let's get real for a sec and sift through this Black Knight satellite puzzle like cosmic detectives. Sure, we can wave off Nikola Tesla's eerie 1899 signals as natural pulsars. Those spinning stars blasting radio waves across the galaxy. Fair enough. They weren't decoded until 1968. So Tesla might have just caught nature's mixtape. And those 1998 NASA photos of a shadowy object orbiting Earth? Okay, maybe it's just a stray thermal blanket. A piece of space junk floating free during a shuttle mission. The skeptics have their tidy explanations ready to roll. But hold up. What about the mountain of other clues piling up? We've got astronauts, astronomers, and even government insiders whispering about something weird up there. If it's all so simple, why does this UFO mystery keep dodging easy answers? Why do the breadcrumbs lead us into a maze of secrets that just won't quit? Take the destroyed evidence, films, photos, data, poof, gone like it never existed. Remember Jacques Vallée's footage from 1960? Capturing that rogue, dark satellite. Wiped clean. No explanation worth buying. Why would anyone torch proof of a space enigma unless it showed something they didn't want us to see? Was it too close to blowing the lid off the Black Knight satellite legend? Then there's Gordon Cooper, the Mercury 9 astronaut with ice in his veins. The guy who napped during liftoff and landed a busted spacecraft like it was a Sunday drive. He swears he saw a glowing green object in 1963. Tracked by ground control, no less. NASA shrugs it off as a CO2 hallucination. But Cooper doesn't budge. Right up to his last days. He's shouting about a Gordon Cooper cover-up. Insisting the US government's hiding UFO truths. This isn't some random crackpot. This is a space pioneer risking his representative to spill the beans. Why would he lie? What did he know that's still locked away in some NASA secrets vault? That's the itch we can't scratch. Something's off. If Tesla's signals and NASA's pics are flukes, fine. But how do you explain the flood of eyewitness accounts from pros who've stared into the void? Astronomers spotting objects that defy 1960s tech. Governments admitting dark satellites before we could launch them. And Cooper's unshakable story. It's a cosmic jigsaw with missing pieces. Why the hush-hush? Why does every lead end in shredded files or lame excuses? This Black Knight satellite riddle isn't just a fun theory, it's a challenge to dig deeper. Maybe it's an alien craft shadowing us, beaming intel back to the stars. Maybe it's ancient tech we're too green to understand. Or maybe, just maybe, someone's keeping the truth under wraps because we're not ready for it. Either way, we can't stop asking questions. The space enigma's too juicy to let slide. So, where do you land on this? What's the Black Knight satellite to you? A UFO mystery waiting to be cracked? A government dodge? Or a wild goose chase? I'm dying to hear your take. So drop it in the comments below. I'm reading every single one and jumping into chat. This stuff gets under your skin, right? If you're as hooked as I am on unraveling cosmic cover-ups like this, hit that like button. It's a tiny tap that keeps these mysteries alive. Share this video with your crew. Let's get more eyes on the prize. And if you're new here, smash subscribe and ring that bell, because we're just warming up. More Black Knight satellite twists, NASA secrets, and unexplained space oddities are coming your way. Let's keep the hunt alive, together. We might just topple the first domino and watch the whole story spill out. Wow, what a ride. Thanks for diving into the Black Knight satellite mystery with me. You've just unraveled a cosmic enigma that's been buzzing for over a century. And I'm stoked we tackled it together. If UFO mysteries get your pulse racing or ancient technology sparks your imagination, you're in the right place. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Picture this. More jaw-dropping space secrets, alien craft tales, and mind-bending relics waiting to be explored in my next videos. Don't miss out. Hit that subscribe button and tap the bell icon so you're the first to catch every new drop. I'm your name from Unusual Files, your guide to the wild and weird beyond our planet. We'll rendezvous back in the cosmos soon. So keep your eyes peeled and your curiosity cranked to 11. Why? Because the truth's still out there, lurking in the stars, and we're not stopping until we snag it. Got a theory about the Black Knight satellite? Is it an alien probe or a lost piece of ancient tech? Drop it in the comments. I'm all ears. If this journey hooked you, give it a like and share it with your crew. Let's spread the word and crack these UFO mysteries wide open together. See you in the next orbit. Stay curious, because the universe isn't done surprising us yet.